God of War and Gears of War. Two console exclusives that just had well-received prequels released, and we want to know what you think. We want to know which game you think is the goriest, which had the best character, and which series you feel is the best overall. To tell us what you thought, we want you to vote with your view. It's simple. After going over each category, we'll ask you to click which you like the most, and after voting closes on Friday, April 5th, we'll announce the winner exclusively on IGN. Anyway, that's enough about the how-tos. Let's get the debate started with a gore-off. So which game is the goriest? Gears of War or God of War? We'll get to Gears later, but let's start with Greg Miller, who will go over why God of War should be voted as the gorier of these two titles.
Why is God of War one of the goriest games of all time? Well, you ripped the eye out of a Cyclops, you slit a dude's jaw in half, you beat the hell out of a monster pretending to be a woman, and you're constantly covered in blood. God of War has always been known for its over-the-top violence, but as the visuals keep getting better, the exposed rib cages and breathtaking brutality is enough to make any gamer wince.
Now let's take a look at Gears of War Judgment. Can it somehow out-gore a god? Here's what IGN's own Ryan McCaffrey had to say.
First of all, what other game thinks to attach a chainsaw to an assault rifle? Seriously, besides being the best idea in the history of ideadom, that's just asking for violence right there. And sure enough, you can saw dudes in half. With other weapons, you can snap necks, make their noggins explode like watermelons at a Gallagher show, and turn 600-pound locusts into chunks of beef stew with a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. It doesn't get grosser than all that.
We presented our cases for which was the goriest, and now it's time for you to decide. Take your time and click to cast your vote now. The characters. Kratos and the Gears of War are going head-to-head in this battle, but only one can be your favorite. Which do you prefer? Kratos and his blunt forwardness, or the Gears of War and their random quips? Here's what Ryan McCaffrey had to say about the Gears.
Who else says, "shit yeah," with a straight face? Who else turned, "aw, come on," into a household phrase? Only the Gears of War can pull off that kind of linguistic magic. And what's the deal with that armor? They wear it like it's styrofoam.
Now let's talk about God of War. Is Kratos really the best? Here's what Greg had to say about the son of Zeus.
Having a bad day? Girlfriend kick you to the curb? Kratos is there for you to be rage personified. That's why people connect with him. Kratos doesn't give a shit about anyone. His family is dead, so he's just a miserable son of a bitch out for revenge. He unleashes on every person in deity unfortunate enough to cross his path. Think of that next time a person sits too close to you on the train. Kratos has your back.
What do you guys think? Do the Gears take this face-off as the best character, or does Kratos? Cast your vote now. Finally, let's talk about the best of the best. God of War and Gears of War are both console exclusives and have loyal fan bases, but which do you believe is the better franchise? First up is Greg with his take on the God of War series.
Think about PlayStation 2 franchises that have jumped to the HD era and not missed a beat, that have only gotten more popular. There aren't many, but God of War is one of them. That's because it combines interesting gameplay with satisfying combat and gorgeous graphics. It's visual porn. It's satisfying violence. It's a bald dude who screams everything. What's not to love?
That's what Greg had to say about God of War, but let's hear from Ryan about Gears of War. Here's what he had to say.
Gears of War is that unique soup where all the ingredients blend together just right. The weapons feel very powerful and awesome to use. The multiplayer has a deliberate pace. Horde mode has been ripped off by every single game in this console generation. And have you seen the graphics? It single-handedly told the world, this is the next generation, fools.
Anyway, that's what we thought about which was better, but we wanted to know what you think was the best. Let us know by casting your vote now. That's it for this episode featuring God of War and Gears of War. Thank you for taking the time to vote, and be sure to check back on IGN.com where we'll be exclusively revealing the winner. Voting closes next week on April 5th at midnight, so be sure to get your votes in by then. While you're waiting, be sure to let us know what you thought of this feature by giving us a thumbs up or thumbs down on this video. And of course, subscribe if you like gaming as much as we do. Anyway, until next time, I'm Destin for IGN, and that was Versus.